over 2 decades of experience transforming some of the biggest names in banking, finance, and technology. From leading major cloud migration projects, Mr. Rajeev's journey is nothing short of inspiring. Fascinating to hear, Mr. Mahanta, how those pivotal moments shaped your career. It's clear that each step was a building block for what you have accomplished today.
The best part is that understanding the clients is the main thing. I have coined a term just like we had a KYC, know your customer. So I have coined a term like know your customer as know your customer's risk.
We are particularly interested in how you have navigated the intersection of cutting-edge technologies and global corporate governance,
which are impacting a large number of applications, large number of business. So the biggest challenge is always to bring all the stakeholders together and understand the requirements and the responsibilities as such.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of FaceTime with Leaders, brought to you by Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. I'm your host, Sunny Pancholi, and today we have got a real treat for all of you tuning in. If you have ever wondered what it takes to be a true leader in the tech and consulting space, then today's episode is for you. I'm thrilled to be joined by none other than Mr. Rajeev D Mahanta, a tech visionary and a seasoned enterprise architect with over 2 decades of experience transforming some of the biggest names in banking, finance, and technology. From leading major cloud migration projects to driving digital transformation on a global scale, Mr. Rajeev's journey is nothing short of inspiring. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, Mr. Rajeev.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sani. I really appreciate for your good words, kind words. And I look forward for diving into today's conversation.
Mr. Rajeev, with your vast experience, I'm sure our audience is going to walk away with some incredible insights. From your early days in tech to the global initiatives you have led, there is so much we can dig into. But I have to say, we are particularly interested in how you have navigated the intersection of cutting-edge technologies and global corporate governance.
This is a very fascinating space. I definitely understand staying ahead of the technology trend and collaborating with multiple stakeholders, understanding that the different management risk, IT risk, and driving digital transformations in ethical way, and also making it happen in that volatile, uncertain, and complex, ambiguous world. So it is really challenging. I really like to share my experience to everyone. It's a great opportunity, and I guess it will be helpful for all.
Absolutely. So let's start from the beginning. Could you take us through your career path from your early days in the industry to where you are now? And what has that journey looked like for you? And what are some of the key moments that have shaped your career along the way?
Sunny, it is really, I should say, a very blended and spread journey. I started my career as an assistant professor in NIT, one of the National Institute of Technology, as an assistant professor in the computer science department. And also I was heading the industrial relationship and development. So here I started my consulting career. So I had 4 years of very nice and promising, and I should say most experienced part of my shaping life in a later part, where I was interacting with the top of the industries as an industry institute interactions that shaped my life possibly into the consulting, in a technology consulting. So being after that I joined in the industry, I became a Y2K Sherpa. So it was a year 2000 problem, Y2K problem. So I resolved one of that major financial organization. It is a nationalized, big nationalized bank. I was heading that regional office comprising the Maharashtra, Goa, part of the Karnataka, Gujarat, and Madhya Pradesh. So that helped me in a career, knowledge into that implementation of a complex solutions like Y2K, and not only the solution implementing successfully and making the bank Y2K compliant. So, that put me in a front foot and giving me the front line. I became the limelight as a Y2K Sherpa. So this is how I come into that, focus of that industry. Following that, I joined, I was an application users, IT users, being in a, regional IT head of a nationalized bank. I was an IT user, but I converted myself, I transformed myself into an IT service provider, IT developer, IT solution provider, IT product developer when I shift to the mainstream IT industry. So there in that when I have joined the IT industry around 2000 after that Y2K, so it gave me a wide spectrum of uh, areas as well as a domain where I can contribute. So I got myself into the banking and financial services. So that helped me again to elevate myself to another role. So within 2-3 years, I put myself as a technology consultant with a deep knowledge in the business domain, which is banking and financial services. So finally, you know, I transform myself to an enterprise architect, providing solutions, working with the big banks, domestic in India, as well as the foreign banks, financial services organizations, insurance companies, all that, top 100 companies in the world. So it is a real opportunity for me to work in those areas and work with that CTOs and program directors of the ITs and helping my clients, realizing their business goals and IT goals. So I put myself as a, transformation leader, IT transformation leader, and IT modernization leader. I put myself as a, you know, helping the customers, my IT customers, enterprise level for a, wide, for a broad enterprise level changes. I could call it as a enterprise modernization, transformation, and management, technology management. Thank you.
So it's really fascinating to hear, Mr. Mahanta, how those pivotal moments shaped your career. It's clear that each step was a building block for what you have accomplished today.
Well, so basically, these transformations which I have passed through are, amazing, and it is also the very encouraging to work with different organizations at a different level of the people, and basically you want to know that you know what is driving this transformation. So basically, the the best part is that understanding the clients is the main thing. I have coined a term like just like we had a KYC, know your customer. So I have coined a term like know your customer as know your customer's risk. So try to put the shoes into his customers, try to put a customer's shoes and try to see from through his eyes what is his requirement and what are his challenge, what are his pain areas. So when I try to understand, I try to develop a rapport with the customers. Whatever is being told, I this is fine, but I try to gaze and I try to understand, I try to delve into or try to extract what is not told, what is not understood, So that makes me some extra leeway or extra understanding to develop a rapport. So whenever I interact with the customers, I always try to help them with thinking like, okay, this is your, what are the other things? What are the other relationships? What are the other impacts? What are that, whether it is aligned with your corporate strategy, whether it is aligned with your business goals, how it will be met, what are the risks you foresee. So this always help me to understand the customers more, their requirements and their current status and what they want to be in the next 3 or 5 years, or what are the risks involved. When I try to present all these things, they find that there are a lot of things they not thought of even has come into the fore and they appreciated it. So this is how I, you know, overcome or like I win the trust of the customer and helping me to go one step ahead and bringing more to the customer's plate with a trust and confidence.
Absolutely. And it really highlights the impact of strategic leadership in such a critical area.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that perspective, Mr. Mahanta. Okay, so continuing our conversation, managing large scale projects across North America must have been a complex yet rewarding experience, especially with such geographical diverse teams and technologies. So, what I would like to ask you is what are some of the key lessons you learned about leading teams in such a spread out environment? And how did you ensure that despite the distance and diverse technologies, everyone stayed aligned and worked towards a common goal?
True. I think you rightly mentioned this is a challenging area, especially, normally what happened, most of the projects are I have handled are in enterprise level. These are enterprise transformation level. Some are legacy modernization, some are technology upgradations, which are impacting a large number of applications, large number of business. So the biggest challenge is always to bring all the stakeholders together and understand the requirements and the responsibilities as such. So this was the most of the time we face this type of problem when there is an enterprise-wide change management is happening. So people always try to resist because the new technology will be coming, a lot of modernization, a lot of automation will be happening. So many people who are running last 20 years, 30 years, they are veteran in this field. Suddenly they feel like they will become obsolete. They will have to upgrade themselves with some new technologies. There is always a fear. So sometimes they do not cooperate. So I have to manage them all as a, you know, uh, to meet their expectation. Our goal is to, you know, achieve their enterprise change management goal, which is spreading across multiple domain, multiple application, multiple technologies. So this was one of that, major challenge I have faced, but with my continuous communications, continuous dialogues, presentations, like what are the changes may happen, how it can benefit, how we can manage the risk of redundancies, how we can manage the risk of skills and all these things. When we put all this together, so people slowly accept it, and they also started cooperating. In fact, some of the biggest or highest people who are resisting highest, so they become a good friend at the time, and they put full cooperative when I put more responsibility on him. And in the meantime, I'm educating him, also updating him, okay, these are the things you need to look, these that. And we become, in one of the projects, it may happen that operation, she was IT operation head, global head. He put me 6 of their enterprise architect with me. Rajiv, you handled them. So it was a like awful, awesome moment from me. I was totally, surprised. You can't believe six of their maybe 15, 20 years, 30 years of experience in enterprise architect, of course, in different domains. They have been put with me and all were working with me. I won't say they are reporting me, but they were actually, I was guiding them. Okay, this is to be done, this is to be done, this. So it was an amazing experience. So I believe that continuous communications, removing fear with honest and a transparent manner, giving the benefits, and at the same time educating them and making, uplifting them, lifting them to a level, and can bring trust, and you can get cooperations. And it was an amazing, this is what. And this type of phenomena is very rare. I in some of my conversations in some other forums also, I give this example. So how it can happen. So you have mentioned, like, there is a diverse of technologies, diverse of cultural backgrounds and all these things. And many times, most of the time, I need not to be always face to face. Of course, I always like to be in a face to face, physically present with them, but it was not possible all the time. It was for a limited time. But I tried to win them by show and tell. I mean, I was not only talking, I developed some proof of concepts of the some of the critical concepts they were looking for, and not one but a couple of them, and which are very critical for the success factor. And so their management has accepted it. And this is how I have achieved my trust and confidence of the customers. Not only for one customer, there are, I think, four customers, two from North America, that is Canada, and two from this is America, that is also from Los Angeles, if I remember correctly. So those are amazing days, and I was stunned by saying that, Rajiv, you come back. We want you here. We want you here back again for some time, if at least. And when US visa become a premium, you have to cry for it. They say, like, you can come anytime. You just tell me, we'll arrange your visa. So those were the time you never forget. Thank you.
Absolutely. And it's fascinating to hear, Mr. Mahanta, how you navigated such complexities with diverse teams and technologies. Great. Okay, so moving ahead, you have been at the cutting edge of robotic process automation, that is RPA,
Yeah.
working with major players like Bayer, GSK, and Johnson and Johnson. So it's clear that automation is reshaping industries, but I'm curious to know, what kind of impact did RPA have on these organizations, both in terms of efficiency and employee engagement? And looking ahead, how do you see automation evolving over the next decade?
Well, yeah, actually, I have a background of artificial. I did my master's in artificial intelligence from IIT Delhi, of course, long back. But that came into handy when there is a need for the automation. So definitely artificial intelligence comes. So machine learning comes into play. So around 2010, 11, when the cloud journey has also started, so there was a thinking, many of these business houses, and also the service providers, IT service providers, has a problem of cutting down the cost. So how can we do that? So is there a way out? So I told that yes, we have some solutions. So I have been given some 5, 6 clients, as you mentioned. So they are the big names in the world of life science, pharmaceuticals, and some names in the manufacturing, like Ingesserol, something like that. So I have studied. I told them, give me some 3, 4 weeks. So I have studied some 500 and 600 processes I have identified few processes which are very, repetitive, time consuming, and large number of manual efforts are being put. I'll give an example of one process means group of process which I have combined into a one process, where some 120 associates are doing day in day out, three shifts in a day, months after months. So I have developed actually three bots, software bots. Okay. So I told that, okay, let me deploy it in a environment so that it can be tested. Within no time, with initial 3-4 or weeks of testing, the client was so happy that yes, I can reduce all this 50% of my people. So I was a bit scared because automation doesn't mean that killing jobs. This is the another side of the story. So I told her, okay, fine. So I have created bots of the bot, a master bot also. So what happened is that I have put some 20 machines which can run day on day out with my bots. There are two master bots which monitor the processes, systems, steps, and they put the task or the completed task, okay, task which are failed, and the failed tasks were divided into which can be repaired or which can be repeated. So the tasks which are failed but can be repaired are automatically initiated by the master bot, and it is completed. So it was found that the client has achieved some 40% of the savings in terms of employee engagement, employee time. They call it full-time employee, FTE. So it was so they told like they want the IPR of this. Well, I will not give. This will be my company's IPR. So, but I can give you the full solutions for work, and it doesn't get tired. It doesn't get sleep. So you can work it on like. So this is one solutions where 120 people out of that, some only 40 people are being engaged, some 100 people, 180 people are being removed from that. So I was happy on the way. So we charge for the, instead of people, we charge for that bots and bots operations. So they never take leaves, they never take tired, they never go for washroom, so it can run all the time. So this is the kind of things I achieve, and it makes me give me give me a recognition. And there was a article published uh, in the technical journals. So I created another two bots for the pharma as well as life sciences, for their drug. Whenever drug is discovered, this has to be put into the US FDA in a proper format according to their. So it is a huge report, sometimes 300 to 600 reports. Everything has to be technical. So I created a template where they can type the things. The bots keep on looking into the library, what should be put, what technical things to be corrected, what are the uh, molecules that these are that all chemical molecules to be put, what are the names, technical names from the library, they will pack, they will be put up, no mistakes, nothing. The things which takes around 20 to 25 odd days for about 5-6 people is being reduced to just 3 days of effort. So this has been an IPR. At least we filed an IPR. Also for the previous one, also there are 3 IPRs has been filed. So that was a very amazing experience, and a new business service has been technology business service has been created of robotic process automation. So I'm really happy on that. And the only thing I should say is that when you use uh, process automation, that through also a robo based, which is which can explain you what has gone wrong, what has gone wrong, right, and it gives full view of it, just like a human reviewer. So it gives aligned with that present days explainable AI. Today we have a AI which is which may go which have hallucination, which may go biased, but it doesn't tell you why he has taken this decision, what is the reasoning behind it. So those things I did it some 10 years before. I really feel happy for that. The flip side is that this kind of automation removes jobs and which are manual intensives. But I have suggested, I have taken few of those people, I have trained them in the automation technologies. I have elevated them to manage this kind of environment and bots. So this is the really I feel encouraging story, and the great happiness is that I have created some IPRs for my company, and also I created a new service. So that is my experience with robotic automation. In fact, those days there are no major tools. Of course, we call it a low code, no code, and automation, automating the codes. There are few companies which were coming up, and those are in a very baby stage, nascent stage. So I have taken this from a scratch, and without depending on anything, other tools and technologies which are built on Microsoft technologies, and I have harnessed fully on Microsoft building this. So this is an amazing experience for me, for my company, as well as my clients. And they published some of the articles on that. And recently, before I think 2024, those people contacted me if I can come to them again, and they had some work, major work. So I said, like, I have left that domain. I have joined in a different domain. That is my focus. So please. So it gives a pleasure, like when clients look for you for your past work and for their, making some strategic corporate goals to achieve. So this is a great recognition.
Absolutely, Mr. Mahanta. And it's incredible to hear how RPA has not only transformed operations, but also empowered employees to
Yeah,
focus on more impactful work. It really
correct.
shows the power of technology in driving efficiency and innovation.
Right.
Okay. So as you look ahead, Mr. Mahanta, I'm curious, what are some of your personal and professional aspirations for the future? And in terms of boardroom, what role do you see yourself playing in shaping strategic decisions as organizations continue to evolve in this rapidly changing landscape?
Right. I think this is a very, you know, it touched my personal and professional aspirations, definitely. And having discussed all these things from my life and my experience as a technology consultant, working with some top names and experience, I I believe it becomes more rational, and also thinking to elevate myself in a better position where I can where I was, earlier I was working on a particular area, particular business, particular organizations. Now I'll be working in an organizations where I'll be making decisions. I will helping the organization's board in technology trends, technology risk, ethical use of the technologies, and simultaneously how we can achieve that in an ethical way, and also simultaneously attain or achieve that the business objective also. Definitely for any organization, achieving the business goal is the one because they earns the revenue and which run the organization. So in that case, it is very relevant as on today. It is not only the technology, it is the data, which matters most nowadays. It is the data which speaks. It is the data which gives you the edge over others. It is the data which speaks. So data has a two face. It is like a two-sided sword. So you can get benefit, but it can bring you down also. So for all that organization across the world, not only in India, across the world, the biggest challenge at this moment is the managing data. Technology stack, software stack, managing them is far more easier than managing data. So when I say data, managing data, so it comes like so many international regulatory rules we have to follow. Now most of the developed countries has got their own data management rules, like GDPR, localization of the data. Just like every country has got its now if defined boundary. Now data has also got a boundary now. Data cannot cross a geographic boundary. So this is what we call as a localizations. Now, how data can be exposed? There is always a security threat internally as well as externally. So what are the steps we need to take when there are so many regulatory guidelines, regulatory compliance to be made? So it is a huge area, and coming from an background of technology implementation, transformation, and modernizations, and coming at this stage, I believe I will be able to contribute hugely in a board where I'll be able to give my inputs, my thoughts, and my understanding from different perspective, from business perspective, from technology perspective, from software and systems perspective, from data perspective, and more and more, and most important is for the uh, what we call it, uh, say, human perspective. So this is another important area, like whenever we talk about technology or governance, data governance or technology governance, IT governance, or even corporate governance, all these are now tied together. You cannot leave something alone because surface of risk has been widened. Without technology, without data, you cannot perform efficiently. You cannot leverage your benefit. You cannot give the business benefit to the spread and width of that. You are thinking you cannot reach out to different geography. But at the same time, you have to be very, very careful about data management. So I guess I can be a very, I can contribute immensely in a present day board on those risk management and also corporate governance in these areas. Thank you.
Mr. Mahanta, it's inspiring how you're looking ahead with such a clear vision for leadership and transformation. And talking about corporate governance, Mr. Mahanta, ESG has become a critical focus for businesses worldwide, especially as stakeholders demand more sustainable and ethical practices. So, with your experience in technology and enterprise architecture, how do you see the integration of ESG principles into business strategies?
I think this is a very relevant question. I think this is a hot topic, I should say, nowadays. So as far as boards are concerned, so I I view it in something like this. Say now the environment and basically environmental and ESG governance is become I believe it becomes a very important part of that corporate governance, and every forward-looking progressive uh, company or organizations in this world is now putting a lot of attention in that ESG governance, and it becomes a part of their strategy, part of their business day-to-day operations, in fact. And at the same time, all our activities, whether it is a technology, whether it is a IT operations, are aligned with that, corporate governance through ESG. So basically, sustainability, if I can name it something like that, using the green energy, this is one of the major goal of reducing carbon footprint, using AI and machine learning to tracking the an organization's carbon footprint, getting carbon credits, and beyond that, our day-to-day operations, we can monitor through using some of the AI-based operations for that, our activities which impact, environment as such. So what I believe is that uh, most of the organizations, what I have read and seen is try to trivialize it and normally whitewashing it. So I think I should use the term greenwashing basically. So I think the organization who were doing the greenwashing, they should really look into the what activities they are doing in terms of ESG from the corporate governance point of view, and they should always contribute to in this sustainability goals uh, for as an organization. Thank you.
It's great to hear, Mr. Mahanta, how you see ESG playing such a crucial role in driving future business strategies. It really shows how sustainability and governance are now central to leadership. All right.
Right.
So Mr. Mahanta, you have had such an impressive and diverse career in tech and leadership. And I know you have recently joined Directors Institute. So I'm curious, what motivated you to become part of this esteemed network? And how has your experience been so far?
Well, it is a really, very nice journey, I would say. I think I repent why I have not joined earlier. That is what my, first expression. I mean, I was missing so many things because you have Director Institute had put down so many diverse things, putting down in a concise, crisp way in a one place and providing all informations in one place. That too also with a depth and with a with an Indian content, with a global view. I really appreciate the contents and all these things you publish and you are doing it, and we have been providing to us all. And the biggest part, I should say, is the live sessions. Those are amazing. I think I sometimes I have mentioned in those sessions. Can we have one more session of this, please? So it was an amazing. Third point is that you organize certain discussion forums, some sessions, whether physical or online sessions with industry stalwarts, and I attended one or two of them. I think I have been invited for another one. So it was amazing experience. I cannot believe what I was missing so many days, in fact. So it helps me to elevate myself and prepare myself to my next level of endeavor. I really thankful to the Director Institute and all its partners, all its stakeholders, and I wish you keep on doing the good works and also engage us also in some way or other.
So, Mahanta, it's fascinating to hear how the Directors Institute has added value to your leadership journey. It really shows how the right platform can help keep leaders at the forefront of innovation.
Right.
Right. So, Mr. Mahanta, it's been such a privilege to have you on FaceTime with Leaders. Your insights into technology, leadership, and the future of business have been truly, truly inspiring. Thank you for sharing your experiences with us today.
Thank you so much, Sunny. I really enjoyed the conversation with you, and it was amazing with journey with the Director Institute. I really look forward in future also so that I can, some way join with you interact with you, engage with you in all the way. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, Mr. Mahanta. Looking forward to it. And I'm sure our audience will walk away with a lot to think about, especially around leadership, technology, and innovation. And to our audience, thank you for tuning in to FaceTime with Leaders. Stay tuned for more incredible conversations with industry leaders shaping the future. We will see you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.